Chapter 94. When Sir Anderson showed up, everyone thought Dustin was done for. To their surprise, nothing dramatic happened when Sir Anderson saw Dustin. Instead, they chatted amicably like they were old friends. The Cobra was appalled by this turn of events. Even Florence and the others were stunned. This can't be for real, right? Could he really know Sir Anderson? My goodness, who is that man? How could he and Sir Anderson be talking like buddies? The crowd gossiped in hushed voices, obviously taken aback. Sir Anderson, you know him. The Cobra gulped. He was slightly panicked and at a loss. Dustin is Natasha's friend. What gave you the nerve to offend him? Dwayne's expression grew colder by the second. Huh. Ms. Harmon's friend. The Cobra got the fright of his life. Natasha Harmon wasn't just one of Swinton's big guns, she had the support of Milburgh's aristocrats. She was as prominent a figure as Sir Anderson himself. What's more, Natasha was a very protective person. Anyone who dared to offend her friends was doomed to face ruthless revenge. Sir Anderson, I won, the Cobra stuttered. Pack it up and stop being a baby. Apologize to Dustin, and whatever happened will be forgotten. Dwayne waved his hand. Okay. The Cobra nodded repeatedly and bowed to Dustin. Mr. Rhys, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't know who you were and offended you. I hope you'll let this slide and forgive me this once. You're exaggerating. As long as you won't take revenge, said Dustin plainly. I wouldn't dare. The Cobra kept wiping away his sweat as he said, from now on, you and your friends will be treated as our VIPs. Everything will be on the house. His humble response shocked the crowd. Who would have thought that the Cobra, who was so villainous just a moment before, would apologize so humbly the next? Dustin, let's have a chat. This way. Dwayne wasn't joking. He stretched out a hand in invitation and led the way to the office on the second floor. The moment they left, the entire bar erupted. I wasn't just seeing things, was I? Did that fool just talk to Sir Anderson like the best of pals? James asked in disbelief. After all, Sir Anderson was the Cobra's backer. He could turn Swinton upside down with a lift of his finger. If I'm guessing right, Ms. Harmon must have something to do with their acquaintance. Dahlia suggested, her senses returning quickly. She had heard Sir Anderson mention Natasha Harmon. It was undeniable that he had spared Dustin for the sake of the Harmon family's reputation. You must be right. It has to be. How else can a small fry like him know such a big shot? James nodded fervently. HMPH. I thought he had some real potential, but it turns out that he was just putting on a show by relying on someone else's influence. Florence huffed, displeased. A man should have a spine. How can a man always count on a woman to back him up? Dahlia shook her head in disappointment. Climbing the ranks by kissing up to someone looked grand on the surface, but it was just a quick taste of heaven. It would never last long. What a lucky bastard. Matt's expression was stormy, and his gaze stung with disdain. It was already shameful enough getting slapped by the Cobra earlier, but now, Dustin's glory had made him look even more pathetic in comparison. He could not accept that a good-for-nothing like Dustin had outshone him. Meanwhile, in the office on the second floor, Dustin sat across from Dwayne while the Cobra served them.